Welcome to another Dear Rock Island. Today's question comes from Sandy, a homeowner who's thinking about remodeling. I'm interested in remodeling my home, but I'm confused about the design process. What exactly am I paying for? That's a great question because I think a lot of people imagine the design process is just someone drawing up plans. That's definitely part of it, but there's much more to it than that. So today I thought I'd bring in someone who actually lives this every day, our designer, Alicia.
Thanks for having me.
So when somebody signs up for design services, what are some of the first things that you help them with?
We go out and we meet with the homeowner and we determine what their needs are and how they, more importantly, how they live in the home. Are they going to be there for another 30 years? Do they have young children? Do they have teenagers? Are they empty nesters? Sometimes when they tell us we need a bigger kitchen, they might actually be saying, I need more storage, or I need more natural light, or something like, we want to all be able to gather in the kitchen. So each of those problems leads us down a different route for the solution.
Once you've achieved those initial goals, what are the next steps for the design process?
So we actually kick off the design process. We go out and we measure the space. We document the existing conditions. When we go and we create that initial layout to show the client, sometimes we hit it out of the park on the first try. Sometimes we have to tweak a few things. Sometimes it takes a couple iterations.
What kind of procedures do you go through to make sure that you're staying within their budget during the design process?
So that's kind of the beauty of us working together alongside the architecture team with the client. We kind of know what their budget is from the start. So as we create that initial layout and we're pretty close, we kind of gut check and make sure that we're still in range.
Sure. A
lot of times, if we're not doing this process, somebody might come to a contractor with a completed plan. They've made all of their decisions. They have detailed bid-ready drawings with everything down to paint colors. A contractor will bid it and find out we're double the budget.
Right.
So our goal is to make sure we're continually gut checking to make sure we're not making decisions on paper that's going to drastically change the budget. Clients want to make those changes. We like to make them aware that that's happening. So everyone stays kind of on the same page.
Absolutely. And I imagine it's probably cheaper to make these decisions up front on paper in the design process than it is going into construction.
Sometimes when somebody comes to us, they have an idea for what we want or for what they want. And when we get it on paper, it maybe doesn't look exactly the way they envisioned. So this way they can kind of see what they're getting.
Sure.
We can make those decisions on how big the pantry is before the wall is put up.
In your opinion, what is some good reasons for somebody to invest in the design process before they start construction?
We find that we have a whole range of people who know exactly what they want, to kind of know what their goals are, but don't quite know how to get there. After we get that initial plan, and usually it's a floor plan, we walk them through a pretty regimented method of getting all of their selections in a layered approach. So we make sure we get those kitchen appliances picked first, because that has implications on the layout of the cabinets or storage or anything else in that space. Move through maybe tile, lighting. And so we layer it all together, and so they can really see what they're going to end up with. And if once they see on these selections, hey, this isn't the route we want to go, it's a lot easier to change from pendants to a different light fixture than once the electrician has installed it.
Right. Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think it is important to be comprehensive in the design so that when we have subcontractors or our own teams out there on site, they know what they're doing. They're not having to call and ask questions. They've got a set of guidelines to guide them through the construction process to make it easier for everybody.
And that brings another good point of making all of these decisions up front is also a part of goal of keeping you guys out of your house.
Absolutely.
Keep them only there for a short amount of time so that we've already have all of the selections that you want. We know we can schedule it. We know we have what we need. We're not waiting on you for decisions, and hopefully we can shorten the time you don't have a kitchen.
I think you've summed up the design process really well, and construction runs so much smoother once there's a great design in place, and we really thank you for your input today.
Thanks for having me.
Every home has a story. Every renovation starts with questions. If you're thinking about remodeling and have some questions of your own, send them through the contact form at our website at rockislandrealty.com. Maybe we can help. This is Dear Rock Island.